Hi, I'm Rick Guidotti, founder of Positive Exposure, using the arts to celebrate the beauty and richness of human diversity.
Rick Guidotti was a world-famous fashion photographer, but he was bored with shooting professional models. He was tired of being told who was beautiful. So he went out and found his own models. That decision changed the lives of thousands of kids. It even changed the way we doctors look at our patients.
As a fashion photographer in New York City and Europe, I was always told who was beautiful. But as an artist, I never saw beauty just on covers of magazines. I see beauty everywhere.
Rick stopped doing fashion photography entirely and started a foundation called Positive Exposure. He worked with film director Joanna Rudnick to create the film On Beauty, which is being shown, among other places, in schools, which is helping to stop some of the bullying these kids live with.
I'm actually traveling around the world, photographing people with genetic conditions.
I had never thought of the power of a photograph as in the impact it would have in someone's life.
He also talks to medical students, and his images are replacing some of the grimmer images in the medical literature.
They're going to be better doctors because they've seen these kids not in crisis. They've met these kids not in the clinical environment, but they've seen these kids as people.
Our FRAME program, Faces Redefining the Art of Medical Education, is an extensive web-based film library that has been utilized by tens of thousands of healthcare professionals in training, clinicians, families, and communities. In each FRAME film, individuals and their families demonstrate the hallmark characteristics of a featured condition, placing front row and center in medical education, humanity.
Hi, my name is Christine, and my friends and I would love to teach you more about living with cerebral palsy.
The Pearls Project, featured in a New York Times article entitled Learning Empathy by Looking Beyond Disabilities, is a blog platform created for our ambassadors to share life from their unique perspective, helping audiences appreciate and experience our shared humanity.
Hello world, and it's quarantine. My hair is long on day, I don't know, of quarantine. The days all are blending together, but today we are talking about my love, my pride and joy, my guide dog.
For over 2 decades, we have partnered with diverse communities to create multimedia exhibitions that have facilitated important conversations and needed change, impacting millions of people. In October 2019, we opened our new headquarters in East Harlem on Museum Mile that embraces individuals at risk of stigma and exclusion and serves as a central hub for showcasing the work of visual, performing, literary, and multi-sensory artists, as well as providing educational, cultural, and artist-in-residency programming. The first of its kind gallery invites the general public to visit, to be wowed, to learn, to engage in dialogue and experience these ever-evolving collections and important, often overlooked contributions to the art world. In March 2020, we installed our jewelried student exhibition entitled Myself, My World, a collaboration with New York City's Department of Education's District 75, a citywide program which serves more than 23,000 children with disabilities ages 3 to 21. Who require more intensive, specialized services. We had just finalized plans for an opening celebration, school visits, and community programming when we were forced to temporarily close our doors due to COVID-19. The exhibition transitioned into an amazing virtual gallery. Fearful of the isolating effects of the pandemic for our communities, already experiencing isolation and exclusion, we created Positive Exposure Connects, a Facebook Live series of energized discussions with activists, advocates, educators, artists, healthcare providers, friends, families, and communities.
When they say, well, what do we say? Well, just say hi first, you know,
Right?
and then say hi. You know, don't just stare. And then if you have a question, we do not mind answering questions. It's just when we get the stares or the whispers to each other that it makes us uncomfortable. And especially when you think about kids, you know, I think about them in school, and I grew up with vitiligo. I've had it for almost 50 years now.
Mick and I have lost our 3 youngest children who suffer from an undiagnosed disease.
The silver lining of our response to the pandemic and all of this is that we were able to connect our New York City gallery as well as all of our programs to audiences worldwide.
Want to see my images, a Black woman with a disability.
Positive Exposure's future envisions a hybrid of both virtual and in-person programming. We will further expand our Frame and Pearls programs, incorporating virtual elements. We will add to our lectures, exhibitions, and Grand Round series, professional development, as well as curriculum and instruction.
In keeping with Positive Exposure's mission of promoting a more equitable and compassionate world for individuals and communities at risk for stigma and exclusion, we will continue to expand our psychosocial, mental health, and well-being initiatives.
Positive Exposure will remain a destination hosting visitors from around the globe where exhibitions, performances, workshops, artists in residence, and live interviews will inform and educate the general public.